All right, this is what I'm thinking, man.
What are you thinking?
So, 2016, not our year. David Bowie died, Trump got elected, our pets' heads were falling off. It wasn't a good time. 2017, slightly better, less people died, but at the same time, still not a banner year. So then 2018 comes around, that's last year, right? Still not that great.
Okay.
So, there's still some problems.
I see where you're going with this.
I'm feeling like 2019 is finally going to be the time it all turns around.
The year of trailer hitch, is that what you're saying?
It's the year of trailer hitch. It's the year of good vibes.
Yeah.
It's the year of happiness.
Yeah.
I know we've been saying it for years now, but I really do think this will be the one. Because think about it, last year we were on the up and up. Movies were pretty good last year.
They were alright.
Music, okay, sure, there were only a couple of good albums, but, people gave it a solid effort.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the year where it all just coalesces. We're going to have great movies, we're going to have great music, we're going to have great podcast episodes.
I mean, I have control over one of those things.
Exactly. It all starts here. Trailer Hitch is fucking ringing in 2019 with a banner episode.
Oh my god, that's where you were going with that. I did know that. I did. I saw it coming a while ago.
Did you really?
I was preparing myself.
You are more than welcome to just jump in and cut me off whenever
Happy
you
New
want.
Year!
You can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
Turn the lights, grab a seat, pour yourselves a whiskey neat. It's time to judge the shit out of these future releases by the movie trailers. We're trailer hits. This movie might totally suck, but the whiskey sure is going down fine. Yeah, we're trailer hits.
Welcome back to Trailer Hitch.
Thank you. Welcome back to you, too.
Thank you.
We should probably say welcome back to the listeners, though.
I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, okay.
You seem
Welcome back, listeners.
Good job, James.
You guys are so grateful. No, we're grateful of you. You're great.
I feel like we can all be grateful of each other.
Sure, okay.
This isn't a mutually exclusive relationship.
I like the way you think. Yes.
Good job, James. By the way, you're James.
I am James. You're Kevin.
I am Kevin.
And you're listening to Trailer Hitch.
Yes, this is Trailer Hitch, where we rate and review movie trailers. We rate them on the scale of need to see more, or never need to see. If James and I both like a trailer, we give it a need to see rating. We see that movie, report back to you guys in a segment called Trailer in the Rear View, in which we look at the movie and trailer in retrospect and give you our honest opinion on both. Now.
That's it. Yeah, you nailed it. You crushed it.
Now, before we can talk about things in the rear view, we got to look in the present view.
The
windshield. We're just looking out the windshield.
The forward.
Yes.
What's in front of our faces.
And that tonight is going to be a couple of trailers.
Yes.
So we are starting off with Us.
Yeah, the Jordan Peele movie that is his follow-up to Get Out, which Get Out was fucking awesome.
Phenomenal.
It was so good. That was
2017. Yeah,
okay.
I really slept on a ton of movies back in 2017, so...
Well, that was...
I'm sorry, hipsters, I haven't seen Phantom Thread. However, I can say that of the movies I saw in 2017, Get Out was my favorite.
Get Out, and that was early in the year.
Yeah,
it was kind of
January. That was like Paddington 2 of last year. Where
you
like
stole
movies...
my joke, you son of a bitch.
Hey, no, I'm just being honest here.
Yeah, so really what you're saying is Paddington 2 is the Get Out of 2018.
Yeah.
That is what you're saying. Good, I'm glad we're all on the same page here. So that's the first one.
At the
that
very
we're gonna
least,
review.
Jordan Peele is going to wait to set the bar for us until March. But it's January now, we got a trailer, so we're going to be talking about the Us trailer.
So that's Us.
On top of that, even before Us comes out, there is a movie starring Mads Mikkelsen called Arctic.
Yep.
We will be talking about that trailer. And I guess just really brief before we jump into it, because we did our last episode, not our top fives of the year, but the episode before that, we put that out, I want to say middle of December. And
it was mid-December, yeah.
We'll bring up some trailers just in case they come out, but more likely than not, nothing crazy is going to happen. And then a bunch of trailers dropped.
I mean, we were honest. We were honest about it. It's Christmas time. It can be it can be a
Movies-
good push for trailers.
Movie
at
studios
Christmas time.
know that your parents go to bed super fucking early, and you're probably going to be awake and surfing the web, and they're going to be like, well, we're going to give you some content.
We gotta
We're gonna
grab
give you
ya.
a trailer.
Gotta grab ya.
We're going to remind you that we movie studios
Yeah.
still exist.
So we're here to remind you that there was a lot of trailers that came out, a lot
Yeah.
of good stuff, but we can't spend our whole first episode back in a long-winded explanation of every single one of those trailers. I just wanted to say that we were there, we watched them, and
If you would like specific thoughts on any of them, feel free to write into us at trailerhitchmailbox@gmail.com.
perfect idea. Yeah.
We can give you some either capsule or elongated
Yeah.
reviews of any of those trailers. I will just say in brief, Hellboy didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, well, to start it off, Hellboy, I've never been that into Hellboy, so this one was very meh for me.
Yeah.
Looked like very much David Arbor just struggling to talk through prosthetics. So Hellboy was one of the bigger trailers that came out that we missed.
Yeah.
Where Do You Go, Bernadette is one, which is like a mystery with
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, Richard Linklater's directing.
Didn't really entice me into caring about where she went.
Yeah,
So
that's a woo.
yeah. So
Fucking take that, Richard Linklater. I have read the book
that's a Richard Linklater film.
It is directed by.
Does
it is,
not feel like a Richard Linklater film.
It's based off of a book, and knowing the source material,
Yeah.
it seems like it is a pretty faithful adaptation of the source material.
Okay,
The book is epistolatory, so it's all told through diary entries.
I like that style.
It doesn't look like they're going with... Because really, for me, the film equivalent to that would be a mockumentary.
Yeah,
And it doesn't look like they're going that route with it at all.
I mean, not necessarily with a film like that. You can just start it with diaries someone reading a diary in the future, and then you do a flashback as a framing device.
if Nickelodeon's Doug could do it, why can't Richard Linklater? Is what James is positing. It is out there in the air. It's 2019. We're sticking with it. I don't remember the theme song that well. You could be doing Real Monsters right now, and I would have no idea. We're cutting all of this.
That was pork chop.
Okay. I thought we were getting into Cat Dog for a second.
Okay, so another trailer that came out, Downton Abbey.
Oh, yeah.
Never seen the show. Teaser was definitely just
Made for people
just for
who saw the show.
just for
Yeah.
It says I'm invited, but I don't feel very invited. It seems very like an in crowd is going to that party.
It feels like the invitation got to me by
yeah.
accident.
So
it was
down-
like, can't you hand it to your friend that likes British culture more than you? Okay,
So
sure, I can.
That teaser is not going to be bringing anyone new to the table.
Nah.
Greta is a trailer that came out.
Oh, I didn't see that
It's a
one.
horror film one
Okay.
with Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah.
Moretz?
I'm going to go with Moretz.
Hit Girl.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
from
Let
Kick-Ass.
me in.
Yeah.
and- Yeah. She's a good actor.
She is a good actor. It was mostly forgettable. I liked the female. It was all female leads basically, so that was kind of cool to see in a horror film. But mostly forgettable. And then lastly, probably the biggest one that we missed and we're not going to be talking about is Men in Black International.
Yeah.
For the most
Yeah.
part, I thought it looked fun and nothing like the original, but
It hit a little bit more for me than Hellboy. I still wasn't that
Yeah.
crazy, and it made me really pine for... There was some rumor floating around where they were going to do a Men in Black 21 Jump Street crossover.
oh my god, I remember that rumor.
I would kill for that
We
movie.
wanted that rumor so badly to
We
come
sure
true.
did, and it didn't.
No,
And
but
it's-
this one looks okay. It looks more like in the humor style of, say, like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, the
like-
Sony Ghostbusters.
Sorry, yes,
Yeah,
the
remake.
Ghostbusters reboot with Kristen Wiig, and I think it looks fun. I love Tessa Thompson.
Yeah.
Love Tessa Thompson. I love Chris Hemsworth. Not as much as I love Tessa Thompson. I just wanted, if it wasn't clear about how many times I said it for Tessa Thompson, I wanted to say it clearly here. But they were really great together in Thor Ragnarok, and it's fun to see them together here in this one.
Fuck, right.
They were the Revengers,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, they were, weren't they?
So
Okay, I gotcha.
anyway, that's a brief glimpse of what we missed in the break, but now we're back. and we're ready. We're ready to talk about the
so
good ones.
we were kind of looking in the rear view there for a second, but now out that windshield. We are taking a look.
Wait, we should be wearing seatbelts.
Well,
I don't want to go out the windshield.
I'm not saying we're going out. We're looking out the windshield.
Of course.
Yeah, no, God, stay seated, James, because this is the trailer for Us.
Get in rhythm. There you go. There you go.
There's a family in our driveway.
If you want to get crazy, we can get crazy. What are you people?
It's us.
This trailer has 5 on it, but let's see if we have the other 5 for this dime bag of a trailer.
Very well done. Someone needs to pick up that dime. More drug references that I'm very unfamiliar with.
All right, we're going to sadly shame James. Do you know what a dime bag is?
Not entirely. Spoiler alert, I did have to ask Kevin.
It's $10 worth of weed.
Okay. I had to ask Kevin during this little break what 5 on it means. But because the trailer says it's about drugs, but they don't tell you exactly what it means.
The specifics of, yeah.
So I had to be enlightened by my friend Kevin here.
I was very street growing up in the middle of suburban Wisconsin. I was on A Street and someone had to run him, so there I was. Anyway, this is Us is written and directed by Jordan Peele. This is starring Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke, Elizabeth Moss, and Tim Heidecker.
That was Elizabeth Moss. I was like,
that actress
yes. Looks like Elizabeth Moss.
The quintessential white lady you can't trust. Like, there's always something a little bit off. Even when she's playing a good character, there's like this energy about her. Where it's like, I don't know if I completely trust you, though.
Even in Handmaid's Tale, it's just like, what do you have cooking?
What are you up to?
What do you got something up?
You have something in your bonnet.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't trust the bonnet.
We here at Trailer Hitch, by the way, we also like to give random shout-outs to cast and crew members.
I do like that, yes.
So we are also going to shout out the cast member Ray Walker, who plays the police officer. Hey, Ray, thanks for keeping us safe, bud.
That's right, and hopefully maybe the family's safe in this movie.
I should.
From the looks of it, not doing a great job, Ray.
Well, we didn't see Ray in the trailer, so maybe he comes in at the end and saves the day.
That's a good point. That's a good
TSA
point.
agents did it and get out. Anyway. What's going on with Us? So, in brief, we got a family who's going on a vacation, a road trip of sorts.
Yeah, maybe just a weekend getaway, but it looks like they're going with friends of theirs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're hanging out on the beach with Elizabeth Moss, and again, something seems fishy.
She's just off, man.
Trailer doesn't really hit on her being the fishy part, but we just know as viewers.
We know deep down.
This is legit, though. The youngest son walks away. This is a nuclear family, ma, pa, daughter, son. Son walks away from the family and sees this mysterious figure on the beach, and blood is dripping from this figure's hand. And once the kid gets back to the family, they were so worried. We thought you would run off. What were you doing? And this kid is just shell-shocked. And then all of a sudden, there are people outside the vacation home. It looks like a family, a nuclear family, but like this weird shadow realm version of a nuclear family. The dad goes out to confront said family, and the mom recognizes something's really wrong here. Kids, grab your shoes. Shit might go down.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
She's got plan B covered.
Yeah. And it's a good thing she has plan B covered, because this family breaks into the vacation home and effectively holds this family captive. And that's when we reveal that this weird shadow realm family looks exactly like our characters.
With some slight detail differences.
It's a lot of like that weird like head tilt thing that you see in a lot of horror villain characters.
Yep.
A lot of bugged out eyes.
Look, they look off.
Yeah.
They're off.
Even Elizabeth Moss seems perturbed by them.
Yeah, she may not be...
She may not actually be the villain.
She may not be the ringleader.
We're sorry
this
for
one.
misidentifying you as a culprit. Elizabeth Moss.
She's probably behind something. She's got her own side ring of creepy people going on, and these just aren't her people.
Yeah, so Shadow Realm family is attacking. They look like they're trying to replace the family in some ways.
Yeah.
Kind of using the fact that they look exactly like this family to wreak havoc, whether it be on the family or the friends that they have.
Yep.
We get a lot of really stylized shots. If you were a fan of Jordan Peele's style in Get Out, it looks like that is in full force here. There's a lot of great dolly shots, whether it be Lupita Nyong'o running on the beach up to the Shadow Realm fuckers with their scissors. We get like a really cool dolly shot, kind of highlighting the threat as she runs toward it. We also have another great shot of Lupita running on the beach, a low angle shot as she is running bleeding, carrying a weapon on the boardwalk. More or less, either trying to find her family, defend it, what have it. Rabbits become a repeated motif throughout this trailer.
This trailer and a lot of them.
Sure, there are a lot of them. Kind of like how deer was a repeated motif throughout Get Out.
Yeah.
And so like there's definitely Jordan Peele's fingerprints are all over this. And even though there are several title cards to remind you that he directed it, this is the guy who directed Get Out, Get Fucking Pumped. Even without those cards, this has his style written all over it, which it's really cool to see a trailer be able to get a director's trademarks across in 2.5 minutes.
Absolutely, yeah. A fresh director too, like someone who's obviously he's been in
feature.
Obviously, he's been in the industry a really long time. He obviously knows his shit, but this is his second feature. This is where a lot of people are gonna they loved Get Out, and people are gonna be really critical of this one. Hopefully, no one's overly critical enough where they forget to have a good time, because he knows how to craft a well-balanced movie, and this doesn't look like it'll be any different. So
certainly, yeah. Again, the style of this thing is really good. I am really engaging with the story. Get Out was really heralded for its social critiques.
Yep.
If there is a social critique at play with us, I'm not necessarily scanning it just off of the trailer. The trailer is definitely more so selling the horror aspects.
Yeah.
And again, Jordan Peele's style as a director, I don't necessarily think that I'm missing the social critique from the trailer, if there is one. And if there is one and it's just not present in the trailer, honestly, that's kind of fine to me. Because if I recall correctly, the Get Out trailer doesn't really go super in-depth with, this is the point we're making about white liberal racism.
I mean, they talked, if I'm remembering the trailers of Get Out properly, they do bring up that her parents, or she didn't tell her parents that she's dating a black man. Which they didn't dive into it with the trailer, but I think that sort of set the tone for you watching it going forward, of going, oh, there might be some racial tensions in this movie. I didn't get that at all with this trailer. I didn't get any, not even if it weren't race related, maybe a political commentary or social commentary of any kind. I didn't really get that setup from anything, really.
Let's see. Well, the family breaks into their house. They're trying to get through the walls. If they just didn't have a wall, then everything might be okay.
No, you're
It's
really pushing it.
It's a stretch, but it might be something. No, and there may be a social critique at play here. But again, honestly, if it's not in the trailer, that's okay by me. I feel like that's something that I would want to get more in the film. And bear in mind, if the social critique is not in the film and it is just a well-done, stylized horror thriller directed by Jordan Peele, that's fucking great too.
I'll be thrilled with that as well.
Absolutely.
I don't think we're tipping our hand at all of how we feel about this trailer.
Should we just say what?
Sure. Well, let's just say it. 3, 2, 1.
Wait, hang on. Do you have
caught
something?
Me just in time.
No,
we can say it because we're on the same page, and then we'll talk about what we liked about it.
Yeah, okay. No, you're right. It's a need to see. It's a need to see. It's a need to see. All right, we're both in consensus here.
It's a need to see.
It's a need to see.
It's a need to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now, just put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Now we're going to talk about why we liked it so much. I mean, you kind of hit on it perfectly with the style. I think the style is what comes through mostly in the trailer as being something I loved. And you started off with the song, what's the song? Is the song called I Got 5 on it? so it starts with that, and it's like this really like nice family moment with that song in the car, and they're kind of singing along to it. But then the trailer does a really great job of using that song and manipulating it in a way to go with the uneasiness of how like the horror part of the trailer builds, but with keeping that same song. Even though you already made us have an emotional connection to the song because we saw it with this nice family, now they're like using it in the bad way. Or, you know, for
really good thing
for sinister things.
That is a really good thing to bring up, because I did think that was a really big highlight for me out of this trailer.
Are you dying? Kevin will not stop hiccuping or whatever that is.
You know what? I was so excited for 2019, but it turns out I'm not even going to make it to February.
Look,
Holy
you just
shit.
every new year it takes a toll on your stomach and indigestion and stuff. You just got to have some
esophagus
Tums.
is just
Get some Tums.
Yeah. 2019 year of Tums. First sponsor. Let's go. Anyway, let's have some whiskey to make this heartburn.
Yeah, that
better.
probably won't make anything worse.
Mm-hmm. I'm really glad that you brought that up, because the song use was a highlight for me out of this trailer. I mean, using it as just a way for the family to connect and to give us the dynamics of the family in the beginning was pretty effective.
Yeah. Yep.
But then kind of giving us, you're correct, it's the sinister remix of I Got 5 on it, was a really interesting way to kind of bridge the happiness of that family into, now that we have the Shadow Realm version of the family, now here's the dark version of this fucking song.
But it's good.
That was kind of cool.
It works so well because the bad guys, at least what the trailer presents, is the family. It's us.
It's us.
So using the same song is brilliant. Really, it was a brilliant move. Mm-hmm. So the song was really what kind of made it a jaw-dropping trailer for me, because it just fits thematically. Also, it sounds fucking cool. It just sounds cool. The performances stand out, really great. Some amazing imagery in it. These scissors are really going to have an impact.
I guess so.
Yeah, they're going to be.
That is, if we're talking about repeated motifs.
Yeah. And then, like you said, the rabbits was very interesting too. And looking at the setting from which we see the rabbits, I would have certain guesses of how the rabbits come into play. I'm thinking maybe cloning. You know, that's why we're seeing like hundreds of lab rabbits in like cages and stuff and all over the place. Maybe it's a cloning experiment gone awry with this family, and these are clones that we're dealing with, but seriously damaged clones. That's just a guess. That's a shot in the dark. That obviously the trailer doesn't go out of its way to say that, but that's another reason why I love the trailer so much, is it entices. Or it
thought.
It invites you to sort of like guess of how is this happening?
And piece this together. Yeah.
And that works wonders with me. So I love Lupita. I love Lupita Nyong'o, and the guy's
Winston
name.
Duke.
He was in Black Panther, and he was awesome in Black Panther. So it's cool seeing him in something so new, so fresh off of Black Panther. The kids look not annoying too. I know that's always tricky for films that have kids in them, especially horror films.
Yeah.
It's like you want to get kids that don't make people roll their eyes at them, and like these kids seem good, like really good. And the kid had a Chewbacca mask, I think, so I was okay with that.
I like how we still found a way to tie it back into Star Wars. God bless
you. You can count on me, man. Anyway, that's all I have to say about it, really.
Yeah, no, overall, huge fans.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely need to see. We'll be seeing this in March.
Keep it up, Jordan Peele.
Absolutely.
Seriously. And I'm super pumped for Twilight Zone, too.
Yeah.
That'll be out at some point in 2019, too. All right.
Lots to look forward to, but maybe Arctic is or is not going to be one of the things that we'll look forward to.
I don't know.
It's starting to feel a little frigid in here. Let's get into the warmth of the Arctic.
Let's huddle. Let's huddle together, Kevin.
Don't worry. They'll be here tomorrow. or the day after tomorrow. Don't worry. She's running out of time. I have to find help.
Hey!
Bring on the next trailer of the night. This is Arctic. This is directed by Joe Pena, co-written by him and Ryan Morrison. This is starring Mads Mikkelsen and Maria Thelma Smaradottir. And that's it. That is the entirety of the cast. It is those two people.
Well, good thing we've switched to crew.
Yeah, no kidding, because
random
otherwise it would have had to
shout-outs.
have been the polar bear.
Can we shout out the polar bear, though, too?
I would love to shout out the polar bear. In addition to
yeah.
the polar bear, I am going to shout out Chadwick Struck, who was the casting director of this film. Hey, Chadwick. Admittedly, you didn't have too hard of a job with this one. And good for you. You deserve it. You've been working hard. I hope you took this as a victory lap.
Good job, man. All right, let's get into the
Let's get into the Arctic.
Let's get into the weather, man.
All right, so we start off with Mads Mikkelsen wearing a bunch of winter gear, and he seems to be chipping away at the snow. And probably an Arctic scientist. He's doing the Lord's work, hanging out.
Yeah, he looks very much like he's doing his job.
Yeah, just doing
Yeah,
a
there's
job.
a task. There's a
task at hand.
This is just part of the job, man.
And he's achieving it, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And he gets up, looks content at the work that he has done, and he starts to walk toward this plane that's hanging out in the middle of a snowfield. And you're like, something seems off here.
Yeah.
Then we finally get a big fuck you overhead shot of what he was digging.
Bird's eye view, top down. Yeah.
It's an SOS sign.
It's a big SOS sign because we still have Mads in the shot for scale purposes.
Yes, it is huge.
Yeah.
Looks great. And we see Mads Mikkelsen effectively surviving. We see him ice fishing. We see him cooking meals. And at this point, I was starting to think, oh, this reminds me a lot of the movie All Is Lost that Robert Redford was in, where he's stranded out in the middle of the ocean. And that was a really extreme case of man versus nature because it was Robert Redford by himself.
Or Castaway.
Or Castaway,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot of them. There is a lot of them.
There is quite a few of them. But then Mads Mikkelsen turns around, and there is the titular young woman who is laying and clearly injured. And Mads Mikkelsen is grabbing her hand, telling her to squeeze, more or less trying to keep some...
Probably blood flow and
keep
everything.
some blood flow, keep those muscles going. You're hurt. And he's very reassuring. Don't worry, someone's going to come tomorrow. Or the next day.
Don't worry.
Yeah. And
don't linger after you say the next day.
I think we found our motif for this episode because Mads Mikkelsen, again, and bear in mind, respect him and Elizabeth Moss so much as actors. But Mads Mikkelsen is someone where I just don't trust you. Something about you, I feel like something sinister is happening.
Luckily, I've gotten to see him in Rogue One, and he's...
Even then, you didn't trust him right away.
Well, the Imperials definitely shouldn't have trusted him.
Exactly. See, he's always got something up his sleeve.
You know what? You're right. When you're right, you're right.
But again, our white guy who we don't trust is telling our wounded woman, don't worry, someone will come. And clearly, she's not buying it either. And it hits the point where Mads Mikkelsen stops lying to himself and is and effectively decides, you know what, we're gonna go out there.
No one's coming to this spot.
We have to go.
We got to go somewhere else. Yeah.
And so he takes this woman who is effectively on a
stretcher or something.
Stretcher, yeah. Makes a sled out of it, and off they go out into the Arctic. And crazy shit is afoot. I mean, he's pulling the stretcher sled up this hill, and then whoop, shit slips, and then sled goes downhill.
This is not a sledding hill, mind you. This is like a 45-degree angle, it's steeper than 45 degrees. It was almost up and down.
I have full mobility, and I would not want to go down that hill.
No, you can't.
It's even worse if you can't feel your legs.
You can't walk up the steepness of this hill. You have to climb on all fours up. Yeah.
Yes. There are polar bears. At one point in the trailer, a miracle happens, and Mads Mikkelsen comes upon a helicopter. He lights a flare and is like, I'm down here. Helicopter just fucks right off.
Yep.
Mads Mikkelsen falls down a hole. stuff happens throughout all this.
I mean, there's one of the times he just looks on to his injured companion, and they don't look not dead. there is one moment where he's staring at her, and as a viewer, you're going, "Is she dead in this shot?" Okay, probably not, because that would be a little much to show in the trailer. Sorry, I'll let you finish till the end of the trailer, the very end. Go ahead.
I mean, that's more or less.
That's more or less. Okay.
Yeah.
I felt that way. I just wanted to make sure you felt that way.
Thank you for checking in. But yes, you can jump in. What are your thoughts?
So a very interesting technique that this trailer uses, and it's not a new technique. They do a dip to black a lot.
Yeah.
And then they put in some text over that, fade to black, but also some sound effects are happening underneath it still. But there's a lot of dip to blacks in this trailer. A lot of them. And the first time I was watching it, I didn't notice it so much. But the second time watching it, I'm like, man, this trailer dips to black a lot. But I think it's effective, and they definitely use those as punches for every time there is just like a oh shit moment happening.
Jaw drop moment. Yeah, it's the sled going down.
Oh yeah, because he drops the sled on that incline. You see it go down.
Cut to black.
Or dip to black, whatever it is.
Yeah, polar bear sticks its head into this little hole, and Mads Mikkelsen goes, "Oh shit!"
and roars.
Yeah, and he lights a flare, and you think he's going to light this fucking polar bear on fire, and then we're going to dip to black.
Yeah, dip to black, and then he looks at a unmoving companion body and cut to black.
Yeah.
And then finally was the one who's dragging her, and he fall. The helicopter possibly driving away, dip to black. Him falling down in the hole, dip to black. And they came faster too, as they went. No music in the trailer, mostly just tones and sound effects.
Yeah, definitely the beeping of his watch was used as a repeated scene setter.
Wind too, like
a
loud wind blowing, and crunching in snow is also something that we heard a lot in this trailer. Largely, this was an atmospheric trailer.
Yeah.
Those can be very hit or miss depending on how good you are at editing them. And lucky them, we are here to judge how well they did at editing this atmospheric trailer. Kevin, what do you think about it? What stuff did you like? What stuff didn't you like?
I thought they did good.
They did a good job.
Yes.
Agreed. Yeah.
Dip to black. Okay, now I'm coming back in, and I'm telling you that I did really appreciate the sparseness of the story here.
Yeah.
Initially, I felt a little disappointed once I saw the young woman, because I thought, like, oh, fuck yeah, we get another All Is Lost, more or less. And as much as I enjoyed All Is Lost, something that I always kind of like go about when it comes to man versus nature movies, or movies that effectively just have one character. There's only so much external stimuli that you can throw at these characters. So with All Is Lost, it was like, okay, the boat's going to sink, and then I guess the life raft is going to sink. Like, there's only so much shit you can throw at this person without it starting to repeat itself. Same thing with Gravity. So, okay.
Oh,
like
Gravity, excellent comparison.
Yeah, like a bunch of shrapnel comes and fucking blows our protagonist out into the middle of space. And now she's going to get into the space station. Okay, she finally has a spot to rest. I guess more shrapnel's just going to come and it's going to fuck her dead. Like, there's only, again, like, that's what I'm trying to get at is, you just start to repeat yourself after a while. And it's not really any fault of the filmmakers. That's just kind of what you're stuck with if you're out in the middle of the ocean or out in the middle of space. And with the Arctic, as this trailer shows, you got fucking polar bears, you got the elements. There are so many things that you can throw at your protagonist. And hey, that might solve the minor problem that I had with those movies. And I saw this other character and I was like, oh God, I really hope this doesn't turn into a, like a contrived love story, or listen, I know we just met, like the space between us, or the mountain between us.
Well, I was going to bring that one up.
Yeah.
So that one is very similar because it's a plane crash.
Yeah.
It's cold wherever they crash. It's in the mountains.
Yeah, and
this is
presumably
Idris Elba and Kate
Winslet.
Winslet. This
Yeah.
is the one we've reviewed this trailer.
Yes.
And it's them two trying to survive on their own.
Again, presumably like the only two survivors.
Yeah.
And that trailer was definitely big on selling the will they, won't they? And it's like, once you throw a mountain at them, I don't care if they will or won't. I just want to know if they make it or not.
Yeah.
And Arctic seems like it is just going all in on that. Like,
well, and I think the age difference between the two helps to push away those thoughts of maybe this is going to be a romance thing. It looks like she is much younger than him. Like too young for him, I think.
Yeah, and I feel like it is more so just a distilled, just like man versus nature story or person versus nature story. And I feel like the presence of this woman isn't even necessarily meant to be like a cheap way to raise the stakes. I really do feel like the presence of this character is really more so to give this guy motivation to survive. It's
I think so.
Because like we can't get someone's motivation for survival if they're just by themselves and not saying anything. But if we give this person someone who is wounded, they suddenly have that much more motivation to be able to accomplish all the insane shit we're about to see them go through.
Plus, like we've seen in the trailer, and like you just complained about with other films similarly, it opens up the door for more threats that you can utilize. Yeah. A big steep hill, not a very big threat for one person. But one person who has to carry another person, you instantly have a fresh threat that doesn't feel like it's being recycled over and over again. So maybe having two people opens up the door to more threats. To more things that are going to be at odds for these guys.
And I think a big thing comes through in like the directing and the editing too. As you said, when he drops that sled, the thing that we do before we hit the dip to black is the sled going down. It's not like a crazy ass push in on Mads Mikkelsen's face going, oh no!
Oh, yep. And
it's the impact of the action and having the smart enough sense as an editor to know to go out on that note instead of but how does this affect the person who can talk is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I give so much respect to this trailer and these editors for being able to tell an effective story.
Absolutely. I'm not much for survival films. I find them, I like them. I like them enough. It's just, I feel like they can get kind of repetitious. Gravity was the last one that I was like really excited to go see. There's something about the Arctic too that I kind of like as a setting. I don't know. Maybe it's the Empire Strikes Back lover of me, just loving that Hoth type of thing because it's cold. I don't know. Whatever.
Dip to black.
Anyway, the other thing I liked about this trailer real quick is that a lot of survival film trailers begin with things being all hunky-dory. Then you see the thing happen, and then it's like, oh shit. Now the audience is clued in. Oh, okay, it's a survival film, or it's a survival trailer. I respect the hell out of this. That it is post plane accident. Yeah, this is in the middle of it. You're thrown for a loop that you don't know instantly that it's after, but it's after. You don't get any of that beforehand setup of I'm blah 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 blah. Who are you? I'm going to be your assistant on this excursion type of bullshit.
Man, I'm definitely glad we made it out of the Arctic. We can finally go home where it's nice and warm. Am I right? Engine failure. Yeah. Like,
we were 2 days from retirement type bullshit.
Oh no, we're going down.
Yeah.
The unnamed pilot is probably going to die.
Yeah, unless Mads Mikkelsen was the pilot. He seems like he can do everything. So.
But would you trust
except fight a polar bear? Not too sure about that. Or hail a helicopter. Kind of sucks at that one too. You know what? No, he sucks. Actually, I take it all back. He sucks. This trailer sucks. Never need to see it.
Dip to black.
And come back from black. I was just kidding. Kevin, what do you give this one?
I would give this a need to see.
I'm giving this a need to see it.
Dip to black!
Wait, dip to black? Let's double need to see it first and then dip to black.
No,
you got to show the action.
You have to go out on the impact.
Oh, you're right. We just went over this. Okay. Do it again. Okay. No. We did it. We did it. Double need to see. Yeah, I think this looks really good. I don't think it looks too... That's my main problem with survival films is I feel like they all kind of like tread the same ground. This one seems a little different.
That's actually a really good point, man. And again, I feel like the presence of having this character who is wounded, therefore giving our character more motivation to survive, kind of circumvents the need to have the happy-go-lucky setup of... This is what this person has to live for. Yeah. Because that's ultimately what that's getting at. But I think the inherent issue with a lot of those survival films, I do not include All Is Lost or Gravity. I haven't seen them Space or Mountain Between Us. I don't even remember the name. Clearly, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I don't include that in this, but like I feel like a lot of those movies are like, here's 15 to 20 minutes of these people being happy and hunky-dory. And if I'm coming for a survival movie, I don't care.
Yeah, and don't give a shit.
And Arctic gets that. Arctic is like, we know if this is what you're coming in for, we're giving it to you right away.
At least in the trailer. And that's the more important part about getting us into the theater.
Yeah.
Like I already know
this is purely based off the trailer.
You've already set yourself apart from any other survival film trailer. And it wasn't just that title card that says this is the best survival movie. That title card kind of bothered. If there was one thing I didn't like in this trailer, it was that one title card.
There are some very presumptuous title cards.
It was like the second dip to black. The titles that came up were like, this is the best survival movie ever.
I always try to give indie movies, especially, I do not recognize this writer-director or co-writer-director.
Okay.
And so I always try to give movies with kind of like newcomer or just breaking directors a little bit of leeway in their trailers when they're like, this is the best fucking thing ever. Because like ultimately, and sad to say, the film world is incestuous as shit. It's just the Coen brothers are coming out with a movie and then like...
You'll watch it.
50,000 people dressed like me immediately fucking run to a theater. You know what I mean? And when you say, oh, okay, this is a first-time director, most people are like, well, I'll wait and see what the hipsters think.
I'll see what the
film critics
I'll see
think.
what the critics... I'll see what Metacritic gives it.
If they get good reviews, maybe I'll go see it. I don't know. And so I always try and give a little bit of leeway, because it's like... We gotta try and get you in. So if we say these people really love the movie, if that's the only way we can do it. And no, don't get me wrong. I completely agree with you, man. I also rolled my eyes at that title card too. But I think when it comes to independent and especially foreign movie trailers, I'm just sort of used to rolling my eyes at the title cards.
That's true. Or not reading, or not paying attention to them at all.
I also watched the trailer for the new Jean-Luc Godard movie today. And that was 90% people circle jerking Jean-Luc Godard, like in title cards.
Was this the one where... What is
the Image Book?
Oh, I don't know that one.
We don't have to get into it right now because we're still kind of at the tail end of this review.
Yeah.
But, fuck Jean-Luc Godard. The important thing, though, is...
I love reminding everyone how much you love him.
We're going to talk about how much I liked Arctic, though, and how I'm definitely going to see this. This is coming out in February, so this is coming out next month.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we get a really nice 1-2...
Huh?
Cool. Damn it. You haven't skipped a beat.
I almost let that one go, but I put a halt to everything just to point it out.
Good. I'm very happy you did. Damn, those were 2 need-to-sees to start the year off. I told you 2019 was starting off
I was like, is too little? Like, should we have 3 or 4 trailers? And it's like, when they're good ones... We have enough to say about them, so that fills a full episode in my book.
It fills a full episode. Yeah. White people we can't trust are killing it so far. And that's, I think, where we're going to end it, folks. Yeah. So we're going to just dip into all of the social medias, which I, New Year, New Me, have written down.
You have it written down?
I actually do.
Nothing like the, 50 60th episode of this show to finally write this stuff down.
To be fair, we have...
So-
Trailer Hitch has like a little media empire, man. We're constantly growing and shifting and adding bullshit.
You're
and
right.
So, like,
You're right.
have to... And people to thank, because there are really awesome people that help and contribute to this show.
Absolutely. But now we'll never forget one.
No.
Because we have it written down. And if we do forget
you,
something,
please, for God's sakes, write in at
we
Trailer
really
Hitch
dropped
mailbox.
the ball here because we have it written down.
All right, so if we forget you and you're mad, how can you contact us? You can find us on Facebook. Just search Trailer Hitch into Facebook. You can find our page there. Otherwise, if you want to keep your angry message to 240 characters, you can find us on Twitter at Trailer Hitch Pod. If you want to take a picture because you're so mad at us, you can find us on Instagram at Trailer Hitch Podcast. If you want to write a verbose fucking email really letting us have it, you can email us at trailerhitchmailbox@gmail.com. If you are so angry that I've forgotten you for like the 5th time in a row that you want to leave a bad review on iTunes, you can please do that. But we do encourage you to leave a nice review because good reviews help us find more listeners.
Absolutely.
And when we do remember who you are, you're going to want those listeners to know how awesome you are.
I like to remind people this every year. I am open for some negative fucking feedback. I keep saying, you know you made it as a podcaster when someone is like really hating your shit and they need to let you know. And we haven't hit that yet. It's been only positive stuff so far.
What if we have just amassed the first creative endeavor ever that everyone likes? Maybe there are people who are like, I think it's just okay. But no one outright hates it. Because we're goddamn professionals.
Yeah, that's right.
We are filling a weird niche out in the world.
When you're PC as fuck, no one's to be offended.
You can't offend
So
anyone.
we don't offend anyone, therefore...
and we should specify that we don't side with untrustworthy white people. It just so happened that the two of them featured in this episode happen to have...
Look, we just state facts here. And the facts are, I definitely cut you off during your list. So keep on going, Kevin.
Yes. Finally, if you are getting over your anger with us and you just want to listen to us, but you don't have an Apple product,
Dun, dun, dun.
that's okay, because we're also on Stitcher. You can find Trailer Hitch on Stitcher. And when we were talking about awesome people, we are including Danny Schmitz, who has our amazing intro song.
That's right.
We are talking about Rachel Ashley, who does the amazing cover art that you see on iTunes and any social media platform. If you see a really cool picture, it was not drawn by me, it was not drawn by James. That's Rachel Ashley. You can find her at Mighty Creations on Instagram. You can also give a huge shout out and thanks to Jenny Hawks, who's our social media correspondent. If you write to us on social media, there's a pretty good chance she's the one who's going to end up fucking hitting you up back.
Yeah.
That said, emails, that's typically James and I.
I mean, I give her thanks and appreciation every single day because she's my roommate. But I think she would appreciate it if she got it from the internet.
You were getting married to her.
Well, yeah.
You need to...
But we still share an apartment. That's what a roommate does.
I'm
just saying. I just needed to remind people of that.
She has a ring on. You know what? I'm going to let you and the marriage counselor address this. Get married and get your counselor.
Any good counselors, feel free to email us at
trailerhitchmailbox@gmail.com. I don't want to be the liaison between you and your marriage counselor. And before we even get into all of us, we do also have to thank Casey Clowers for the amazing outro track that you are going to hear momentarily. But first, we have one more person to thank, and that is you, the listener. Thank you guys so much for
That is
being
so
here.
sweet.
For liking us, for loving us, for thinking we're just okay. Or maybe you are the first person that actively hates us, but just doesn't want to write in to say it. Wherever you are, if you're listening, thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, and happy 2019.
Fuck yeah, man.
Let's
We're gonna
do
kill
it. Another year, right?
Not another year. A great year.
Oh, great.
Let's
Yeah,
fucking
cheers to
go.
that. Cheers, sir. Happy New Year.
You can't mount holy sails without a sailor stitch, and you can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
Put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Now we're going to talk about why we liked it so much.
Good hip hop reference.
Thank you very much. I know a thing or two because
You
I've seen a
clearly
thing
studied.
or two. I'm a farmer.
What?
I've known a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. I'll cut that. Anyway, We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
That is a deep pull.
I know.
That is way deeper than Missy Elliott.
Too much.